You do wonder why people make such effort that they do
Hmm.
when it's not for, when it's seemingly not for what you normally think of as a drive, like sex or power or money or, even glory, physical courage, glory.
Hmm. And was she saying that like altruistic acts are often kind of selfish or
Did she say that?
self-interest?
I don't
I
think she
think she
said that
said
at all.
something about like a man sacrificing himself for his son and how uh that's like for glory or like for the story that will
Hmm.
be told of him later. So
Yeah,
I
that's
wondered
right.
if she was implying that.
Well, it's not talking about altruism versus selfishness.
Yeah, but more like that to kind of like continue living on in some
That's,
way.
yeah, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But yeah, it's saying that it's a desire for immortality, immortal renown, and a glorious reputation. Yeah, do you think your reputation matters to you in that way, or what do you think about that?
Mm. I know, like I feel like reputation is important, but to like a certain extent. Like I remember we read or talked about something before where a man was righteous in some way, but it kind of cost him his reputation and social standing, even though he was being virtuous in the end. Uh,
That might be
so
the thought experiment that Socrates
mhm.
does in Plato's Republic,
Okay.
or I guess where Adeimantus and Glaucon, I think, proposed to him, like,
Mhm.
try to make a strong case for justice to where it's
Mhm.
not about the fruits of justice, like normally people would have a good reputation, things like that.
Mhm.
But let's imagine a person who has the opposite of a good reputation and people blame him for
Mhm.
what they think he's done, et cetera, et cetera. But can you still make the case that it's better to be just than unjust? Because
Mhm.
Thrasymachus, who's sort of this contrarian, had argued, no, it's better to be perfectly unjust, by which I mean it's better to do injustice and get the benefits of that, like get bribes and whatever. And but to get be perfectly unjust means to also get away with it. And so
Mhm.
you end up having the good reputation for that a just person would normally have, and you get all the good stuff that the unjust person has.
Mhm.
So yeah, the other people I tried to say, well, let's argue for justice, but not for the fruit because of what you get for it, but because of it in itself.
Mhm.
But what were you saying?
Yeah, it's like a very difficult thing to kind of choose, but I would say the moderate thing is just to care about it, but not be so attached to it, which is very difficult to do in reality when society is kind of maybe you feel like it's just like a lot of pressure. I
Yeah.
think most people don't really have the courage or fortitude, I think, to to deal with, unfortunately.
Yeah, being attached, that's hard. So are you saying a little bit like, uh, yeah, do good, be just, but don't worry about the results?
Yeah, and which is yeah, or try not to be too attached to it. But like I said, it's very difficult, and I'm not